What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're Taylor Guitar's online preferred dealer. And Taylor's sneaking in something cool and new at the end of the year, the Taylor 314 CE Studio. Check it out at empiremusic.com. Chat with us right through the site. Know that we never use a stock photo. You always see a 5-digit code in the title. It tells you the last 5 digits, serial number. You're always gonna get the exact guitar you select. We do a full pro setup on everything we sell, dial it in all the way to the best low end of the factory spec that we can. Make the guitar the best it can be. And we work really hard to do that to make sure we get you fixed up. So reach us through the site, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about all things Taylor. Now, let's talk about the 314 CE Studio. So Taylor did away with American Dream. And there was a pretty big gap in like that right around that price point for Taylor guitars in a made in USA instrument. And they came out with the 314 CE Studio. We knew it was coming for a while. We got both this beautiful natural finish and a burst finish. You can see as well here in the video at the photos that we'll provide. And they've done an amazing job of delivering a very high quality USA guitar at the time of filming here, right around $2,000. 314 CE Studio, what's different about it than a standard 314 CE? You're of course going to ask. Let's go big to little. So things are the same: V-class bracing, expression system 2, ebony fingerboard and bridge, mahogany neck, Taylor tuners. That stuff's all true. Spruce and sapele is all true. Now here's where the differences start. The top is a torrefied Sitka spruce top. You can tell right away by the dark hue of it. This is a baked top, which basically, if you're gonna shoot it down to the lowest common denominator in terms of way to describe it, is aging the top by baking it. It's baking out the mineral content, the moisture content, and giving you what's more representative of an older guitar, more vintagey instrument. Warms the instrument up, makes it a little bit more percussive in my eyes and ears. I think you find the guitar to be like a little bit more responsive out of the gate because that top, it feels like it's sung a few songs already. So it's going to give you a little bit more character than a non-baked top. Beautiful sapele back and sides. Sapele is an African wood. Taylor's used it for a long time. It's in the mahogany family. What's the big difference? Mahogany is basically equal bass, middle, and treble. Sapele has a touch of a bump in the mids, but otherwise very kind of even, balanced. Great for all styles of play. If you want to play and sing, it sounds great, even, lush. You want to play fingerstyle, cool, all your strings are heard. If you want to play lead guitar, awesome, all your strings are heard equally, really, really balanced again. If you want to sound big, it can do that because it gives you kind of like that still nice response out of the bottom end, while not as overwhelming as rosewood, still very present. So now, how did Taylor get this guitar to the price point it's at compared to a standard 314CE? It's all gloss, right? Like, look at that, all gloss. So a standard 314CE would be satin back and sides. This is gloss all the way around, which is really, really awesome. So they give us gloss, which is an upgrade. They torrefied the top, which, while sonically is different, is definitely a premium option, right? It's obviously subjective. We can talk to you about the differences there. They didn't bind the top to the sides and the back to the sides. So you have this kind of visual here where they, kind of done a nice job of putting a purfling on, but there's no binding there. Cool. They have included a structured gig bag, so not the hard shell case. But you're getting gloss, you're getting USA, pretty smoking deal. Another kind of unique thing about these in the American line is the nut width. It's 1 11/16 inch nut width, so a little sleeker feel here compared to 1 3/4. That isn't better or worse, it's purely different. Almost all of the Taylor lineup in the USA line is 1 3/4. 1 11/16 is sleeker. To me, it immediately feels more like, if you're a Taylor geek, it feels more T5Z-ish. It feels more like a little bit sleeker, a little bit more like an electric guitar. It feels faster. Better or worse, up to you. With that comes a little bit more narrow string spacing. So if you like a wider string spacing, they've got guitars for you. If you like something that's easier to play bar chords on, and you always struggle down here, that F sounds like We've all been there. This will give you the ability to strum through a little easier without as big of a reach. It's a 1/16 of an inch, so it's noticeable, but also, like also not like so far-fetched and different that it's uncomfortable to us. So a really, really impressive instrument. The burst is $100 more, so again, pick your poison there. These feel amazing. I mean, the action is nice and low on them. We've dialed these in when we come in, like we dial them in before when you order yours and we ship it out or you get it in store, we dial it all the way again. It really makes sure it's the best it can be. This feels amazing though. So a really premium instrument that would easily compete with other guitars in this category and price point, without a doubt. I mean, there's just a lot of guitar here. So if you have seen any of my content, I always like to do things that help me buy a guitar, which is I compare dynamic ranges. So I'm gonna show you how the guitar opens up, and then we'll play through the middle of the neck to show the balance of the guitar. Two things that I think are hyper important. Each guitar has its own strengths and weaknesses, of course, things that it is specifically made to do, that it shines in, things that aren't as good maybe about it compared to other things. What's cool about this though is the Grand Auditorium shape really allows for all styles of play. If you want to play light, no problem. It's a small enough box that you can get great response with a light touch. If you want to open it up though, it'll hang with some bigger guitars, which is really cool. So let's do that dynamic range and play through the mids, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. And then when I'm done, we'll see if we can compare notes. Let's do it. All right, off the top, when I noticed beautiful sounding, really just like a really, Taylor always has that really articulate, intelligent sounding, like real just beautiful sounding guitars. I mean, I think it's round up top, so it's got that sparkle, but it's not too glassy. It sounds real sweet. As you play through the mids, the guitar is heard beautifully. I mean, Taylor guitars are unbelievable, and V-Class guitars specifically are unbelievable at keeping the guitar balanced. Really, really nice. Dynamic range sounded nice, light. As you open up, I will say compared to the non-baked top, this one doesn't quite reach the total volume of a non-baked top. Now, how much does that matter? I always kind of feel like people worry about this too much. Because I watch people try guitars, and then I kind of relate to how, if you're in the market to buy an instrument, how are you really going to play it? Because that's really ultimately what matters. And typically what happens is, if we start to play really, really heavy, you're going to notice that maybe gap in output. But is that how you really play? And I'm going to go on a limb here and say, as a general rule, almost always the answer is no. That last 5% or 10% that isn't there, I I would tell you what you're giving away there. You're getting a little bit more roundness. You're definitely getting a little bit more character on that bottom end. When I was just kind of messing around before the video, and there's like this percussive nature of this that I thought was kind of unique. So you check this out, yeah. To me, I think that's basically the trade-off, right? Is you get a little bit more character, maybe a little bit more raunchiness on that bottom end, which is cool. I think that's neat. Obviously, it's a subjective trade-off. With every guitar, there's a trade-off. So if you're gonna watch anyone's video and they can tell you something that can do everything, it's that they're not being honest with you. I don't care how much money you have. There isn't one guitar that does all the guitars, because then there'll only be one guitar, right? You know, it's like each of them is going to be a series of features and benefits that you have to decide if they, you know, match your playing style. I'd say if you are the heaviest handed player, you're probably not looking at a grand auditorium, but let's say you are, maybe avoid the baked top. That being said, if you're looking for a guitar that's got a little bit more warmth to it, you want to play and sing, you want to fill a room, and you're not as worried about that top end volume, because obviously you can plug in, and once you plug in, the output doesn't matter. I think this would be a great contender, and you pick up kind of that bass response that is definitely got more character to it, which I think is cool. I think it just sounds a little bit more vintagey, which many players I think would go to a classic sound. They prefer, you know, would prefer that feature. So take it for what it is. What I can tell you to do is if you reach out to us about the 314 CE Studios or anything else Taylor does, we have a massive collection of Taylor guitars that are unique to us, as well as the standard, builder's editions, legacy models, all the good stuff, full pro photos on the site, full pro setup, and all the guys downstairs can take great care of you. You know, it's like if you talk to Justin, Jordan, myself, Anthony, we will get you not only a great guitar, we'll get you the right guitar dialed in and playing great. So reach out to us at Empire Music. Check out everything Taylor Guitars. Chat with us through the site at empiremusic.com. This is the Taylor 314 CE Studio, new here at Empire from Taylor. Thanks for watching.